Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Nomadic Survival, where today the plan is basically the same as what all the other videos have been recently. Working on the big behemoth of a base. Since the end of last video I have made a little bit of progress. First of all, I was messing around some painting. I have upgraded the front a little bit, so I've done a lot of stuff off camera, and the plan was to record a lot of it, how I've done all the other things. Whoa, that moved in fast. But apparently, in my great wisdom, I decided not to do that. So yeah, sorry about that. So we've been working on, obviously, a lot of the roof, as you can see here. I've added a faction tag, as well as the vehicle's name. And I've also just been going through a lot of the comments from the previous video, which there was a fair amount. So we're going to go through a couple of things now, and I'm basically... You guys had a load of questions or comments which you thought was a valid point, so I'm going to go through them and just discuss my opinion on each matter. So, first of all, I've had quite a few people tell me that this Rover is far too heavy for its size, or for it being a Rover. And it won't be able to drive under its own weight, and the only way it's going to work is with thrusters, which I was already expecting anyway, but a lot of people were saying, hey, it's going to use like 20 thrusters and blah blah blah. To be honest, I do agree with that. So, I have spent a little bit of time making this vehicle a bit lighter. I've been removing heavy armor from places where it's not so necessary, so all this floor is not even light armor, it's all interior walls. So I've been told, and I haven't actually tested it, I'm just sort of trusting you guys, interior walls, interior floors, that kind of thing, interior blocks, are apparently lighter than light armor blocks. And they're slightly weaker, but they are lighter. So I've switched out a load of the flooring with that. I've been using some of these, it's like you can see the sci-fi stuff to add a little bit of detail. I've got some gated catwalks where the actual ships will park up. I've been messing around with that. I'll talk about that in a minute. I've replaced a lot of the roof, as you can see here, with light armor. The walls are light armor, and here's the right flooring. Light armor all the way around. I've also pushed back a lot of the heavy armor, so it's only one block thick in a lot of places. If I was to go into here, you'll see pretty much, half a block to a block thick. And a lot of you guys were just saying it's not really necessary. If they're chewing through heavy armor, make the shell sort of out of heavy armor and make the vital parts out of heavy armor. So like what I've sort of done with the whole base and things like that. Do that kind of thing, but then a lot of the internals make it either light armor blocks or make it out of interior blocks. And that is a fair point. I also had someone recommend, instead of having the floor over these cargo boxes, to add a sort of catwalky floor instead. So yeah, I actually thought that was a really good idea, and I really liked that idea. So yeah, this is what I've done. You'll see. We'll be able to look over. Obviously, we'll have a floor. We'll be able to see all of these cargo boxes underneath this catwalk. We've got some walkways down to this area. I've also changed all the flooring there from heavy armor. I've changed all of this side panel to light armor because also it wasn't necessary. I do still need to change a lot of this from heavy armor to light armor. I haven't done that quite yet. But I've also just spent a lot of time, as you can probably tell, welding up a lot of stuff. And then this will go further. This is where my fuel tanks will go. And I did have someone also ask or comment saying, hey, it's cool and all you're going to have like Hydra and stuff, but where are you going to shove the engines. Now, yes. So I've had quite a lot of people, or a couple of people asking, saying, hey, where are you going to shove engines? And on the bottom floor, I have engines. I have 10. I have 5 on each side here. Each one of these can generate 5,000 kilowatts. So 5 megawatts each, basically. So that should be a decent amount of power. I have also installed some welders. So this was the other thing people were saying. There's not as much point of adding a lot of layers of heavy armor. Instead, add heavy armor, but add welders and stuff to key areas. So if blocks and stuff do take damage, you can auto repair them. So that makes sense. Now, I've got a little test I'll show you over in a second. You may notice these welders are just going directly down. The welding area for one of these will cover the 4 rotors, as well as the blocks they're connected to. So I've put them on every single wheel segment, and that's just in the hope that if for ever, like, any reason one of these takes a small amount of damage, I don't think it'll take like a big shot. I don't think it'll survive, but you know, if a little machine gun or something was shooting it for like a little bit, it should be able to just keep it welded up and keep it safe. That's my sort of plan there. I think I'll add some in some other places as well, but I haven't really decided yet. I did consider, actually, I'll show you the floor below. There we go. This floor I've opened up a lot. You can probably see here, instead of it being all sort of smaller pathways, I've just opened it all up because there's pretty much no reason for any of this heavy armor to be here. There's, you know, we have a layer of heavy armor down here, we have armor above. We're fine. And yes, this is where we are shoving a load of our parts. I've used more just unneeded blocks. Our batteries I've had to move, but these are actually recharging now because we have a input or an amount of power going into these batteries at all points, so that's pretty cool. The welders connect to the main line. What else? Well, something else I wanted to go down here. Oh, I guess I've got... Oh, actually. In this box here, you may see a lot of metal grids and a lot of steel plates. That was from a lot of switching out of stuff. So I've had to grind down a lot of heavy armor blocks. But it was fun. I managed to do it. I did a passageway. I think I was building this in the previous video, if I remember correctly. I really like it. It's cool. So that allows us to get to this side, in which we'll have all of our pipes, or all of our tanks, and yeah, that gets us to the back of the vehicle. The other thing that I was going to ask you guys, actually, was what you think about this bridge. Now, I spent a little bit of time trying to design a bridge. Now, this... I can't really tell, because it... Obviously, this is a giant rover. It kind of reminds me a little bit like a cargo ship. Like a boat, cargo boat. The way this bridge sort of looks. And I don't really know if it fits this kind of design, or if it's just because it's a little bit too tall, or what. But I don't know. I do like it. It's using the newer bridge windows blocks. And from inside it looks cool. You know, like we have a decent amount of, you know, it's a 2-block high ceiling, so we've got lots of windows to look out. Look out along the side. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Like I do like it. And then we've got the console modules and all that. And I've also come over here and placed the shield emitter block. I think this is where I'm going to put it. But yeah, I want to shove a grinder pit into one of these 2 side sections. Possibly 2 grinder pits, I haven't really decided. Or maybe a grinder pit on one side and a little drone bay on the other, because I do kind of... Someone suggested I build a little drone to be able to pick up stuff to chuck into a grinder pit, like the drones and stuff that we get. Just to get a little bit of resources. I like that idea. Other people said recommend building a crane. The only problem with a crane is if I'm trying to pick stuff up from the ground, it's not exactly a small distance. It's quite high up. So that might work, it might not. We've got more solar panels here. I have changed the solar panel design. So now they're all sideways instead of them being horizontal. And I've also added artillery turrets to the middle of each one. Now this does make each solar panel slightly less efficient because we lose that amount of surface area. Like, it's basically a block, well, not even a block worth of space on each panel. So we lose, like, I think it's 10 kilowatts or something like that. So it's an amount, but I don't know. I think it looks cool. These turrets are a lot lower, so they'll work. I did contemplate staggering these guns. So obviously how the ship or the rover flares out. I was going to push these panels and then push these guns out by a block each, but I quite like them being straight. I quite like the design. And I'm also thinking I'm not going to go with these turrets. Not with Gatling turrets. I think I'm going to build some custom rotor rotor turrets. So where you get a hinge, and then the turret fits within that hinge space. So small grid, which would require me to switch this block out with a rotor and then build on top of that, which I can make it work. Very nice compact design. It would allow me to shove about 6 guns, or 6 machine guns, whatever they're called. Weapons, yes. So we could either use auto cannons, assault cannons, or actual Gatling guns. I think that's what we're going to go with, some Gatling guns. I also want to add some railgun turrets to the top. I feel like that's what would look cool, is a couple of railgun turrets. But yeah, that's the plan for the majority of this. It's just a lot of work. It's also a lot of talking. So, without further ado, let's get on with a little bit of stuff, shall we? So if I look at this ship, both this one and my other ship have a problem, which is basically unique to them. So the problem with this one is I built the connector on this vehicle a little bit too far forward. And that's also a problem, but we'll get to that later. You may notice the back of this ship technically sticks out a little bit. It's not too much of a problem, but like if I place this connectors like under this part, I just wouldn't have that issue. But this is the whole design of, hey, once it parks, all you've got to do is reverse it, and it will spin around. Just like this. And then it will be ready to launch straight out. So from this angle, actually pretty good. Pretty much perfect. I like it. Yeah, I honestly I do like this design. We can definitely have more. The problem with the other ship, the welder ship, is it's actually too wide to fit through these doors with the add-on armor or package that I've done. So basically, these blocks on either side make it a little bit too wide. It's short, like narrow enough, but just yeah, not ideal. Okay, so I was recording this video on the 25th, which meant that everyone was wanting to launch fireworks. And it was at this point in the video where my local area decided to launch as many fireworks as they physically could from this point on till like 11 o'clock at night. I didn't realize at the time that this was going on, so yeah, basically the microphone was picking up every single firework which launched, and it's made the audio sound fairly naff, and there's nothing I can really do to edit it. So we're going to have to go into a bit of a time lapse here, as you'll see. The plan is to try and get one of the front guns designed. I'm not really sure between if I want to go for a large grid-sized turret or a small grid-sized turret, so I basically started building each of them. And I'd like your guys' input of which one you like the idea of. But yeah, sorry for this little inconvenience, but enjoy the video.
Suddenly I was awake enough to leave my bed. Bleary-eyed, I stretch and yawn, I rub the mess upon my head. I know I've done it all before. But something changed, I feel attached, my world aligned at last. It's in the stars, it's on my hands, I see it in my looking glass. These eyes I don't recognize, somebody simplified. Breathe in the air, Mother Nature set the pace. Hands in my hair, I fall in love with her embrace. And how the sun can paint a picture on my face. Think I can run 100 miles off of the feeling today. Never know when it'll hit you, but it hits you hard. Got the wind behind your back, the blood is pumping through your heart. To finally be alive, running from the start. Breathe in the air, Mother Nature set the pace. Hands in my hair, I fall in love with her embrace. And how the sun can paint a picture on my face. Think I can run 100 miles off of the feeling today. a new high, same lie on a different day. We had fun, now we're done, and it's fading away. Next one, gotta run if we really want it. A new high, same lie on a different day. But we really want it. But we really want it. But we really want it now. Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it brew enough to go insane. Living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
so we've made a little bit of progress with a turret. Now, I quite like it. It's a bit of a unique shape. But I think it's quite cool. I was originally going to build out a large grid, but I think it would just look a bit stupid. So I think small grid is the way to go. I've added 4 of the railguns, as you can see here. And then a lot of just armor built into all of it. When you actually look inside, it's quite simply done. Everything makes sense, and yeah. Overall, I think it looks quite cool. The main problem we have, which I didn't really think of at the time, is these railguns require whatever they're called, superconductors. They require 20. Now, we have 60 superconductors at the moment. But yeah, I didn't realize they required superconductors. I kind of thought they just required power cells. So, yeah. But I think, either way, that's the kind of idea that I was thinking about making for the turrets. Go to the front. If I was to sit in the seat and go to this thing, as you can see here, we can control it. We can zoom in. Ooh. We can zoom out. Now, we don't have the infinite amount of looking up or down, but we have a decent amount, and I think it looks really, really cool. Now, I think I will set it up to stagger fire. So each time I click, it fires a single railgun in like a loop, rather than trying to fire them all at once, because that will just be a bit annoying. And the waste of shells and energy and all that kind of stuff. But I think, yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I've hollowed out the locations for where... Oh, I've hollowed out the majority of the locations of where I'm going to put advanced rotors to create my hinge turrets. So that's where they're going to go, and it lines up quite nicely with this grid. Turns out we don't actually need this part. However, I might still keep it and add a connector to the top. I don't really know. But yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. Now, I did want to get a bit more done today than what I've managed to do, but with the fireworks, it's a little bit annoying, and they don't seem to be stopping anytime soon, and it's not the best to record them. 2, my room is currently really, really hot, so I don't really want to I don't want to play too much more of this game at the moment. And 3, this video needs to be out for tomorrow, so I've kind of run out of time as well, because I need to start editing it. So yeah, a little bit of a shorter video today, unfortunately, but I hope I've shown you a little bit of the stuff that I've been getting on with. This video would have been a lot longer if I had remembered to record all the building of all my other bits. To be honest, that's what's taken a lot of time. I haven't really been around go on my computer much over this last week, but I've had a couple of days, and that's what I've kind of been doing on them days. But yeah, I just couldn't record it, or tried to record it, it just wouldn't let me, and I forgot because I was drinking and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where we're going to end today's video, so hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, as always, remember to hit the like button, helps me out more than you think it does, and show this series is one you want to see continue in the future. As always, my name's been Quantum Chief, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!